Alright guys, today we're looking at lesson 11-3, which is data distribution. And it's going to be super important that you guys have a calculator to do any of this today, because we will be using it for every single example here. So, this says find the measures in center and spread, find the measures of center and spread. And in the book, they tell us how to do it and how to do it by hand and things like that. But I found it much easier for me, and I think it'll be much easier for you if we just put it in the calculator. So currently, I get out my calculator. So if I can get it to pull up. All right, I finally got it to pull up, and this is back from several chapters ago. So if you want to go ahead and clear out your calculator, that's second plus 712, and that resets it completely. So what we do from here is we go to Stat, and we want to edit our list. We're going to just put in L1, these numbers here, 3, 4, 9, 12, and so on, those 15 numbers. So I've got 3, 4, 9, 12, 12, 14, 12, 12, 14, 15, 19, 25, 30, 32, 33, 34, 34, and 35. So our directions told us to list the mean, the standard deviation, and the 5-number summary of the following sets. So I'm going to go to Stat again, and this time we're going to calculate. I hit the right arrow to go to calculate, and then I hit enter where one variable stats is. Go down to calculate and hit enter. So a lot of these symbols you probably are unfamiliar with. So I'm going to write in the margins what everything means. Let's see if I can get this connected. All right. So the first thing over here that I'm going to write is the mean. The mean is the X with the line over it. Standard deviation is this symbol right here. Kind of reminds me of like a circle with a line on it like that. That's my standard deviation. And then your 5-number summary. Your 5-number summary is going to be your median. Let's see. That's your median, your min, your max, first quartile, and third quartile. Might see it listed as Q1. Let's see. Actually, before I Yeah, Q1 and Q3. So, mean, standard, deviation, median, minimum, max, Q1, and Q3. So our mean, it's a decimal, approximately 20.73. Standard deviation, again, is also a decimal, so it's approximately 11.26. Q1 is 12. Well, hold on. So our mean is approximately 20.73. Standard deviation was approximately 11.26. Let's see what we came across next. Next, what we saw was our minimum is 3. Minimum 3. Q1 is 12. Median is 19. Q3 is 33. And our maximum was 35. So the centers could be your mean or your median. That depends on what type of a graph we have or bell curve we have. And that's where that brings us into example 2 here. Example 2 says, what are the better measures of center and spread of the following data sets? So, let me draw a little line here. If we are looking at our data and our median equals our mean, it has to be exactly equal. That means we have a normal distribution. So it would be a bell curve that looks something, oops, that's kind of ugly. But it would look something like this. And this would be a normal distribution. Your mean or your median and mean have to be equivalent. And the data they only want from that is your mean, which is your center, and the standard deviation, which is your spread. However, if your median and mean are not equivalent, that means your data is either skewed left, so the graph would look like this, so it would be negative. You have more values on the negative side. Or it could be skewed right. So that would look like this. Or we'd have more values on, or less values, excuse me, on the positive side. And if it's either skewed left or skewed right, they want your median and your IQR. Well, what is IQR? IQR is interquartile range. Which is Q1, or not, excuse me, Q3 minus Q1. Or they could possibly want your range, which is max minus min. So I'm going to put each of this data in my calculator. So I edit that list. I got 55, 55, 57, 58 twice, 59 3 times, 61, and 61. If you have any extra, just make sure you go through and clear it out. I can't figure out how to clear it, so what I will do, clear list here. Oh, it didn't let me do that either. Second plus 7, 1, 2 will clear your list out for you. So now I'm going to edit it again, just put it back in. 55, 55, 57 3 times, 58 twice, 59 3 times, and 61. Again, it's that one variable stat over at calc, and we hit enter. Right now I'm just focusing on my mean and my median. My mean is 58 and my median is 58. So since my mean and my median are both 58, that means that this is normal distribution. And we want our mean and our standard deviation. So one of these is supposed to be mean. All right, if it's normal distribution, we want our mean and our standard deviation, which remember is that funny looking symbol. And the standard deviation is right here. We're going to round. And we're going to round, that 0 tells us to keep it at approximately 1.87. So standard deviation, that's approximately 1.87. So the mean tells us our center, where the standard deviation tells us our spread. All right, now for 110, we wanted a second plus 7, 1, 2. Clear it all out. 110 3 times. 120 2 times. 130 once. 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, and 190. Calculate those stats. All right, our mean is approximately 140. Did I miss something? Let's see. Let me see. Something's a little bit different. 110 3 times. 120 twice, 130 once, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190. Okay. Alright. Thought I messed it up, I didn't. Alright, my mean is approximately 140.83. So mean is approximately 140.83. And my median is 135. Because they are not equal, this means that it is skewed either left or right. So they'd want our median, which is 135. They want our IQR, which is Q3 minus Q1. So let's see what Q3 is. Q3 is 165, Q1 is 115. So my IQR is 50. So we got our center, and our median. All right, moving on to the next example. All right, is each situation likely to be normally distributed, and explain. So the weight of the individuals in a population. Let's think about the population. We've got some of the population that is very skinny. We've got some of the population that may be overweight. But most of the population is what we would consider to be in that normal range. So because we've got some skinny, most normal, some obese, we would say that this was normally or a normal distribution. Now let's think about this, scores on a difficult test. If it was a score on a difficult test, that means most people are probably not going to do very well, so they're going to score low, or you're going to have some overachievers that would score much higher. So this would be skewed right, or you may even see it written as skewed positively. Because the results that are more positive than these down here throw off our data. All right, what is the type of distribution and the center and the spread of this data? So we're going to find our mean and median. That tells us what type of distribution it is. And then we'll have to give the center and the spread. So I'm going to clear it, second plus 712. Stat, edit, 20, 17, 17, 12, 18, 21, 19, 18, 13, 14, 17, 23, and 25. So again, we're going to calculate the one variable stats. Go down. Our mean is 18. And our median is also 18. So if our mean is 18 and our median is 18, what type of distribution? This is normal distribution. And we want to find our mean, which we already have, and our standard deviation. And our standard deviation is right here. and our standard deviation is approximately 3.59. And that's all we've got for today. Make sure you do the do you know how? And have a great day.